My name is Mark.
My name is Angelica.
How are you put into poverty?
I was considered under the poverty line primarily when my mom started doing drugs and was with the wrong man who was way under the influence, who basically put us into that position.
I was born into poverty in the Philippines, in a third world nation, and everything around me was poverty, I guess.
How did it affect you?
Well, it affected me because I didn't have a normal childhood. My life was basically survival to the fittest. I had no opportunities and I couldn't get any compared to the people here, especially the people here who are below low income or anything else like him. They still have opportunities, but I didn't have any whatsoever. So I guess that affected me a lot because I couldn't expand on what I wanted to expand on. I didn't even know I was going to be here too, so yeah.
The difference with her was she was in a third world nation and I was basically behind the poverty line in a first world nation, and it's a lot more different. But then it's kind of similar because we don't really look at our days as, oh, what are we doing next week, or what are we doing next month, or where are we going to be from in years from now. So we go through day by day just thinking about what we're going to eat, or where we're going to stay, what we're going to do, or if we're going to be safe or not. And then I guess that kind of opened my eyes to not take things for granted and to actually appreciate the things we have no matter how small they are. And it made me feel as if life is so much greater and you have a better outlook on life afterwards. So that's how it affected us.
What did you or your family do to get out of poverty?
Well, what my mom did was, she was a single parent and she basically strived to always stay ahead of the game and look for a job and never stopped. And of course drugs did kind of put her in the position of poverty, but then I had to talk with her and I confronted her with it, and she was mad at first, but then she tried every time I'd bring it up, she would gradually try to stop doing those things, so she'd go away from the bad influences and start getting a better outlook on life and started improving herself as a mother, and she just basically tried to stay on the right path.
Well, for my dad's side, his parents were already here in America, and for my mom's side, that's where I stayed. We were in the poverty area, of course, so my dad petitioned me, and my grandpa and my dad managed to get me here. But it was separated from my mom and my brother, and I didn't see them for half a decade until, and that's when they came here, 5 years later.
What advice would you give to children who were in your position?
Well, pray if you believe in God. Hope for the best. Especially if you're like in third world nation, I prayed a lot, and don't resort to violence, of course, because that's gonna harm you and other people.
Yeah, stay away from drugs and all the bad influences out there. Don't let anyone tell you that just because you're poor doesn't mean you can't get a better education and go higher in life. Stay away from drugs and don't let that influence how you live your life, or how your parents are doing, or how your community is doing, depending on where you live or how you live. Don't let all of that influence how your future will be. Always look on the brighter side.
Because we never knew we would be here today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.